What is going on, guys? MMA Island team. We are here with the fight picks. We got a good one here. We got Semelsberger taking on Minus. Good fight, and I'll pass it on to Zach to start us off.
So Matt Semelsberger actually was in the NFL, I believe, or if he didn't make it, he was a defensive back and he played football. But watching his tape, what I noticed about Matt Semelsberger is that he's very green. He makes a lot of these rookie mistakes. Like there was this fight where he dived in on a choke, wasn't very good. He has a lot of experience that he needs to gain. And I know why he's fighting in the UFC. It's because they need these people right now. Because I firmly believe if we're in normal times, you're not calling up Matt Semelsberger to fight in the UFC right now. He's not ready. But Carlton Minus is actually very, very impressive to me. 10-1, solid prospect. And from what I saw on the tape, I like his diversity of strikes. His leg kicks are very, very good. He throws leg kicks with authority, and he also likes to rip the body. And that diversity of strikes is something that you really like to see from a regional fighter. I guess not really regional, but just outside of the major promotions, because it shows a lot of striking maturity and a bunch of technique, and that means high fight IQ. So if you're going up against a guy with high fight IQ against someone who basically relies on his power and natural ability instead of like actual fine-tuned talent in Matt Semelsberger, I'm going to have to go with Carlton Minus. I mean, he has that much more experience. He has that much more fighting IQ, and this fight's going to stay on the feet. He's better on the feet. I think he's going to win a decision. He might get the finish, but I'm going to go with decision for now.
All right, so that passes on to me. I recently did the calculator on this one, but just looking, I like watching some tape on Minus as well. I knew I was going to be confident. And I knew the calculator probably leaned towards Minus. I have Minus winning this one, but the calculator is making UFC calculator history at a shocking 91.1% chance for Minus to win this one. I don't think I see a fight beating that percentage in the near future. But man, just to talk about Minus is a guy who is 10-1 right now. His only loss is against Rick the Horror Story by rear naked choke in the second round. So looking at the finishes. So talking about Semelsberger, obviously you mentioned coming from a football background. He's mainly a guy who gets knockouts. So he's got one decision going in his favor out of 8 fights. So what that tells me,
split decision too, isn't it?
I think so. Yes, it was a split decision to a guy I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. But so we got Semelsberger, who's pretty much just a guy who's going to need to finish you in order to win, or else it's going to be close. And if it's going to be close, you're not going to want to go close with the guy who is 10-1 currently. Looking at the guy who he went to split decision with, the guy's 2-1. So I would rather go the distance and have a close fight with a guy who's 10-1 than 2-1, because you want to look good and you want to look vulnerable against the guys who are really, really competitive, really guys who have really good records. And you can't really say the same with the opponents that Semelsberger has faced. I don't necessarily agree with the huge percentage by the calculator. I don't think it's like, oh, this guy's got no chance, because one thing we know about Semelsberger is he's got power. I do agree with Zach here that he does make some mistakes every now and then, and Minus is just a guy who is kind of, like you mentioned, he's pretty good with his strikes. He mixes up his strikes very well. I honestly think that Minus is going to win this one. I think he could finish him. Just looking at Semelsberger, Semelsberger's been finished in each of his 2 losses, one time KO, one time submitted. I'll take Minus on this one. It's pretty confident here. The guy who also knocked out Semelsberger was also 2-1 entering his first fight professionally. So yeah, I'm going to go with Minus on this one. Not crazily confident, pretty confident, but I'm going to go with Minus on this one. I'll say he gets a second round knockout.
Am I going?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Geek Freaking the Sheets. That's my intro. It's kind of cringy. Zach just changed my mind, to be honest. I mean, I would. Who was in the NFL? Who did you just say played pro ball?
Semelsberger. He wasn't in the NFL, but he played collegiate football.
He played collegiate football. Honestly, like collegiate football players are like, they abuse their athleticism. They're used to pressure. They're used to having good footwork. They're used to exploding. This, that. football players right now are a different breed, and I think anyone transitioning from that sport to mixed martial arts already has an edge up on anyone. If you go from no sports to mixed martial arts like I did, I was timid for the first year because I didn't even think of myself as good. And then as I built like an experience, I was like, oh, okay, like I've been doing this for a couple years, and I've been doing this for 3 years. I'm like, I kind of know what I'm doing. Now I know what I'm doing. Yeah, okay, I should get this move. I'm not retarded. So it just makes sense that I should just understand things as time goes on. Football players, they're used to just, oh, is that the play? Okay, now I get it. And then they'll get the move. Easy, quick, simple. It's just I got to take the football player always. It's just they're a different breed. They know how to deal with the emotions in the cage better. They're used to playing ball. People are looking at them. They're like, perform well. They're just used to it. It's bottom line is that they know what they're doing in there, and a lot of other people tend to just fold under the pressure. It's weird. So I'm taking NFL all day.
I've also got Semelsberger, surprisingly. I don't think that I think that Carlton Minus is a bad matchup for him. Of course, like I just don't. I think that you're right on a lot of the things you said, Zach. I see Semelsberger catching him. I think his explosivity, his readiness. I think he's just going to be I think it's going to be quick. I think he's going to get a first round finish over Carlton Minus, finishing Minus for the first time by strikes in his career.
Wow. So we got split on this one. Pretty confident on both sides, I would say.
I wouldn't say I'm super confident, but I am leaning Semelsberger. The Jedi. He's got power in his hands, and he looks fucking ready to use it. That's all.
Yeah, that's one thing I was saying when looking at the tape. This dude may not be the most technical of strikers, but he definitely looks scary. So we got Jake here taking the football experience. I do appreciate that a little bit. But so we need to leave it to you guys because we got 2-2. So you guys need to break the tie, as I always mention. So make sure you guys are dropping likes and showing your comments and not hating. Don't hate on us. We get too much hate. Let us know your pick and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys also check out the other Fight Pick videos.